The Baltimore Ravens enter the 2026 season under new head coach Jesse Minter, replacing longtime leader John Harbaugh alongside new offensive coordinator Declan Doyle. The transition brings a revamped coaching staff, a fresh offensive system for Lamar Jackson, and key roster battles across training camp. Minter enters his first year with high expectations, earning early praise as a dark horse coach of the year candidate. The new offensive coordinator is installing a system that aims to give Lamar Jackson more pre-snap autonomy and decision-making freedom at the line of scrimmage. Is taking significantly more snaps from under center during 2026 training camp. Jackson noted he hasn't operated consistently from under center since youth football, but has embraced the shift to improve play action effectiveness and keep defenses off balance. Is putting Lamar Jackson under center this deep into his career a risk, or is it potentially an effective wrinkle? What say the people's champ?
It's football. Every snap's a risk. So, it's all,
point.
it's all about, the guys up front. And can they give him, the consistent time to make the throws? I think that it was probably long overdue to kind of shake things up in terms of their scheme. So I think it can be a good thing to at least try. And if you have some success with it, it's another look that I think at this point of Lamar's career that he can just kind of add to the arsenal and audible out of if need be.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that you keep your eye on.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily. I think to put a bow on it, I think Lamar's capable of handling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's smart enough, and I think he's athletic enough, and I think he's durable enough. Where they can get a large enough sample size of it to see if it's the right decision.
And to your point, Lamar has expressed that he is comfortable with the transition. I'm a tad skeptical about it, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't think they're going to run it, more than maybe 10, 15% of the time. The only reason I'm a tad skeptical is because the one thing that makes Lamar dangerous is his legs.
True.
And I think that he operates better with more room out of the pistol and the shotgun. But again, I do think it gives them an effective wrinkle. It's difficult to design quarterback runs out of under center. Having to turn your back to the defense. I don't like Lamar Jackson ever having to turn his back to the defense.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because Lamar Jackson, whenever he's facing the defense is nervous.
Right.
But yeah, but I tend to agree. I think that he'll be able to handle it. I don't think it's going to be a situation where it's going to be something that's beyond him. What you got?
I just want to ask you, do you think it's Baltimore is at a point where it's like, what is it at this point? Like where they're just trying something to try it. Where is it like, because Lamar's proven, he's
a two-time MVP.
But I guess he still needs that playoff run, of course. But in terms of showing the ability and capability, it's just kind of like, okay, what else do we have to do outside of?
I don't think this is the wrinkle he needs.
You know what I'm saying?
In year 9 after 2 MVPs, but
I guess really it's like the why behind this whole thing.
I think that it's probably more for Derrick Henry than it is for Lamar. I think Derrick Henry probably can get downhill a little better out of this. What you got, nephew?
You kind of took out where the question I have is with the move to under center.
Yep.
And Derrick Henry, while yes, he's a physical specimen. I think everybody knows that there's a lot of miles on those tires.
A lot of tread on
And
them.
we're not talking about just in the NFL. We're talking about going back to high school.
College.
I'm talking about back when they was telling him 400 carries in high school, which sounds absurd.
Yes.
At the end of the day. So my question to y'all is, I got 2 questions. What do you think the move? Do you think this move, the success of this move, is dependent on how healthy Derrick Henry can stay for the whole year. And then the second question I have on that is, I don't think we looked at the Ravens defense last year as one of those units that we come to expect from a Baltimore defense.
Right.
How do y'all feel that the additions of Trey Hendrickson and the Calais Campbell might fare for that defense?
First of all, Calais Campbell is our age. I can't. It's funny that he's still playing. No, it's interesting that my next thing was getting into Jesse Mentor's scheme and whether or not he would insinuate them having a better defense. I do. Actually, their defense was top 10. They were top 10 in total defense.
They got better as the season went on, but early, they missed a lot of tackles early.
And to answer your first question, nephew, which is that's a great question. My concern and what I was going to get into is the health of Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Because Derrick Henry, he is a concern, but I got into a conversation this weekend. I wasn't even really going to go into this whole thing, but I got into a conversation this weekend about the durability of running quarterbacks in general, because my only misgiving about the Ravens is Lamar, because Lamar, I think he only missed 3 games last year, but when he was there, he wasn't right. Mm-hmm. He was really banged up, really nicked up. And, I got into the conversation about running quarterbacks and their shelf life. And what brought me to that conversation, without going around the mountain, is somebody asked me, how many years do you think golf has left, right? And I guess my answer shocked them. I was like, 7 to 10? He was like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, golf gonna play I said pocket passers play forever. I'm like, Matthew Stafford is older than Cam Newton. I'm like, Matthew Stafford had microfractures in his spine when he was in Detroit. And people, I said the Rams drafted a quarterback this past draft. I'm like, they've been plotting old Matt's demise for many years now.
A minute, bro.
And he just won the MVP. I said, pocket passers last forever. Jared Goff has not missed a game in 4 years. Them dudes stay upright forever because all they need is to be able to do 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps, and let it go.
Yep. I'm
like, it is the running quarterbacks who have a shelf life.
Or when old ones try to run and they pop something like Aaron Rodgers.
That's that part. And I'm like, Aaron Rodgers ain't even a running quarterback.
No.
Like, he's still running around Pittsburgh in the summertime trolling the front office. I'm like, he won't even do a quarterback sneak. So I worry more about the health of Lamar Jackson because there's a due date for running quarterback. Same thing with Josh Allen. There's due dates on all of these guys, and they all getting up there. And let me tell you something. There's going to be a due date for all of them. And the thing about Lamar that is the most concerning is that he needs his legs.
Yes.
In order to be effective. I don't think he's effective just dropping it back. Because you remember when Dak Prescott tore up his leg. Dak been in the pocket ever since. Because Dak don't need his legs. He ain't running read option. He's not running RPO. You know what I'm saying? Like Dak can just drop back and throw it and get 4,000, 4,500 yards a year. Same thing with and guess who's gonna do the same thing? Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna be out there running and scrambling around no more.
Oh no, he learned his lesson.
Yeah, he learned his lesson. Patrick Mahomes gonna be in that pocket for the rest of his career. He ain't gonna be running around trying to do nothing, trying to do all of that, making it happen and all. Man, he gonna be in the pocket. He gonna be between them tackles until rapture, until he hang up his cleats. So, yeah, the Derrick Henry angle is an interesting angle, but I'm more concerned about Lamar, frankly, than I am about Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry is the size of a defensive end. So,
even though he's starting to get a little long in the tooth, he's still been fairly durable.
Yeah, he's durable. Yeah, it's Lamar who's nicked up all the time now.
And so, I think we can all agree if Lamar was to get hurt, it's going to be spooky hours in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. It's over. It's
a wrap.
It's over.
But I bring up Derrick Henry staying healthy, not because he's been hurt throughout his career. Is Mark Andrews, I think we can expect at some point is going to miss some time.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Or a big catch.
So
touche.
Just naturally a under center offense. If an under center offense is going to work, you're going to need a running back and 2 tight end options.
Yeah, physical. Yeah, that's I see where you're going.
And no disrespect to Rasheen Ali and Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell.
Right.
I just don't see them having the skill set to make an under center downhill running game work the way Derrick Henry can and alleviate some of that pressure from Lamar. Because yes, we're worried about Lamar's health, but to your same point, I think Lamar is going to start being more conscious of where he's at on the field and trying to protect himself. Mm-hmm. And he has more control over staying healthy, unlike a Derrick Henry who doesn't have the benefit of the rules behind him as well.
Right. No, that's all a great point. And you're right. I think that under center is going to go out the door real quick. That under center will live and die with Derrick Henry. Yeah. That's a great point. Yeah. That part of the playbook will be thrown out if something is to happen to Derrick Henry. I don't expect to see much of that if Derrick Henry is not on the field. Let's talk about the Jesse Minter aspect. Jesse Minter's defensive scheme is a multiple simulated pressure system, sharing concepts with Mike McDonald and Rex Ryan, by the way. It relies heavily on split safety zone coverage, cover 3 and cover 4, light boxes, and versatile hybrid safety nickel players, and high-efficiency pass rush without a lot of volume blitzes. It disguises coverages and fronts pre-snap to confuse quarterbacks while keeping rules straightforward for defenders. Historically, he's made an immediate impact on defenses wherever he's going. Will he make an immediate positive impact on Baltimore's defense, which was actually pretty good last season, ranking top 10 overall? What say the people's champ?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just kind of boils down to how quick everyone buys in.
Right.
Because, again, it's like how we were talking to earlier. Last year, early in the season, they struggled.
They did.
Lost some leads.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fundamental stuff.
Yeah. And I think Matabike missed some time, too, though.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And to Nephew's earlier, when you think of the Ravens, you know, outside of, recent history with Lamar winning MVPs, the hallmark's always been, defense.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
If we're aware of that, for damn sure, Minter's aware of that, and that's right in his wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
I'm interested to see how he's able to utilize Hendrickson's, his versatility.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I'm interested to see that. So I think just with his resume, the philosophy will be there.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I just got to see if it meshes with the guys.
Yeah, no question.
Does he have the right athletes at the right spots that he needs for those, for those packages?
No question. Yes, the easy answer is yes, absolutely. When he took over at Michigan in 2022, the first year, they were number 7 in scoring defense in the nation in all of college football. By year 2, he was number 1 overall in total defense in the country. And by the way, he took over from some guy named Mike McDonald. Right. I wonder what he's doing with himself these days. And when he took over as defensive coordinator for the Chargers in 2024, they moved directly to number 1 in scoring defense. So, yeah, I mean, the guy has made an impact everywhere that he's gone. I expect that he'll do the same. I don't think that it's out of the question to call him a defensive genius. I mean, he's that adept. And I think that, he just knows that side of the football. So I expect Baltimore's defense to actually take a leap up. And again, they were actually pretty good last year. They've made some key additions, like you said. And Matabike is obviously one of the best interior defensive linemen in football. And with the addition of Hendrickson, I think that, I think they'll be good. I mean, I think Jesse Minter is just that adept on that side of the
You
football.
think he makes them maybe a top 5 defense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
First year. Instantly?
Yeah, I expect that.
Now you factor that in, and Lamar and King Henry can stay healthy.
Yeah.
What's the excuse?
Yeah, there is none.
Okay.
Yep. So, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson battled a series of multiple injuries during the 2025 season that limited him to 13 regular season games. He missed a total of 4 games due to notable hamstring strain early in the year and deep tissue back contusions late in the season. Following his recovery from the early hamstring injury, Jackson dealt with a lingering run of minor physical limitations that severely cut into his practice participation through the middle and late stretches of the season, impacting his on-field rhythm. By all accounts, he was clearly not himself, as we just discussed. Do you expect a bounce-back season? Why or why not?
Yeah, I mean, I expect Lamar to bounce back because, Lamar's a pro and he's competitive.
Yep.
That's from the evidence that he's presented to us throughout his career, he hears the noise.
Yep.
And he responds to the noise.
Yep. I concur. Yep. I do think that, and like I said, we kind of already discussed the shelf life of running quarterbacks. I'm that way you get nephew kind of jumped my point a little bit. But I do, and that's the only caveat is that that the day is coming for running quarterbacks though.
Right.
And where the use of those legs is going to slow down. Pocket passers, they seem to live forever, figuratively,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While that running quarterback, if he's truly dependent upon his legs, that time is going to come to an end. But
that's when you pick up your phone and you call Steve Young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because he's probably about the best example, even still to this day, that you can transition pull from out of the sky of a quarterback that relied heavily to have success.
Yes.
With his legs, to actually becoming a manipulator from the pocket,
an effective pocket passer,
and become elite.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great observation. Yep. So that's the Baltimore Ravens.